A6, alright. Hello, hello, how's it going there, Evil? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just hoping the ATC is better. Like, I've been really disappointed with how bad the ATC is in this game, but hoping it's better. Let's see, I'm trying to find. So A6 should be, that's where they took off from, it looks like. Trying to find the right gate here. Yeah, I think it's was actually 6 here. Okay. All right, let's get ourselves a gate in. So we're running an Endeavor flight that's taking off right now. So 77. Oh, come on, game, catch up, game. There we go. So I'm looking forward to 24. I'm just hoping I'm hoping they really focus on the simulator elements of the game. They quite often neglect the simulator elements. And that's kind of annoying to me as somebody who wants it to be realistic. Let's see. 320 at 7. Let's see what the runways they're taking off of. Looks like they're taking off of runway 6 left. Alright, 6 left. Ancol 16 left. That will do. That'll do, pig. That's a little bit weird. Let's see. Another 6 left departure. Arrow. Arrow's better. Arrow would be good. Arrow 4 off 6 left. And we dare not leave it up to ATC to get us into LaGuardia. Looks like they're taking off of runway 22 and 13. So I think we're going to land at runway 22, it looks like. Unless they're landing 13. Let's give it a second, see if they're landing 13. I don't see any arrivals coming that way. It's early in the morning, too, so there's not much going on. It's planned for 22. ILS 22. Let's see. Let's do Nobby 5. Probably Albany transition, I'm thinking. No, RKA would be better. Okay. So that's what I think we'll run here. Let me write this down. No, I haven't screwed around with that some. I don't want to add a ton of mods and nonsense because it easily breaks the game. I'm not interested. I just want the game to work properly from the developer. I don't like adding a ton of mods because every time they update the game, the mods break, and then you become reliant on the mods, and then, you know, you spend half your time downloading stuff instead of just playing, so I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd much rather the game just be set up properly and play stock. Alright, let's go ahead, and I think we're good there. Let's get in there. Well, flight is 5183. 5183. Okay, let's see. Weight and balance. Let's go. Oh no. We'll do 55%. It's not that far of a flight. That's probably excessive amounts of fuel. Let's go down. Let's go 45. See what that looks like. That looks fine. 40. That's even excessive there. Let's go down some more. Go to 35. I'd say is probably minimum what I want. All right, that's good. Probably actually that's a little bit shy. Let's go 40. I wish it would just save my thing and go and just keep it in pounds. Let's see what their filed altitude is. 290. That makes sense. All right, 290. That looks good. Just verify again that they didn't screw me and move all my stuff. Nope, they didn't. All right, that looks good. Yeah, you get too much modding, and it's just like, I get it. It's nice, you can customize it if you want, but it's like, you know, I remember like every time I would try to, you know, every time they would update Kerbal, it was like half the mods are broken, you know, and then, you know, there's an issue with Stormworks freezing up. You get a lot of people who their game never works, and my game always works. And one of the reasons is they add a ton of third-party add-ons, and so it all depends on how that person built it. So if they put a mistake in their build of their add-on or their mod, then it doesn't work, and so it's like you're fighting it half the time, and so I'd just rather not. Like, you know, Flight Sim used to be a hardcore sim. Shit, I meant to take a picture of this. Flight Sim used to be a hardcore sim, and then that went the way of the dodo a long time ago. That went the way of the dodo a long time ago, and now it's, unfortunately, it's pretty much kind of a mess. All right, shut off track IR. Let's go cold dark. We're starting in the morning here. Right, let's see, cold and dark airplane, and I want a realistic IRS startup. All right, we'll go through origination checks here, get going. All right, circuit breakers are closed, nose wheel steering is off, hydraulics are off, landing gears down, spoilers down, flaps are set to 0, radar is off, ADG manual stow, emergency flap is normal, battery master's coming on. All right, check the DC, make sure we have 22 volts, we do. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna open the door. APU and byte SOV valve is open, and we're waiting for the APU door to open. APU door is open, spin an APU. I gotta fix a couple things on, I think we're almost ready with YouTube. Try to go back and finish setting that up. Yeah, like the big thing that I really want from 24 is just better ATC. Like, they give me late descents all the time, they don't follow the charts. You know, one thing that's a super simple thing for them to fix that I pretty much complain about every flight is everybody's a heavy, where IRL, most flights are not heavy flights. You know, they're not over 300,000 pounds, so it's like, it should be the opposite. It should be, most flights are not heavies, and for some reason they, you know, it's been how many years and they still call most of the flights heavies. It's like, you know, that should be an easy fix. You know, default everybody to non-heavies, and then, you know, add heavies, or just, you know, if they can't do it, ignore it, you know. Alright, let me just finish Twitch, and then I think we're good to go here. Alright, there we go. Alright, perfect. So streams are all set up. Let's go ahead and we'll continue. Alright, IRS. Alright, let's check AC, APU, DC, APU, hydraulics 3A, recirc fans, or recirc fan and packs. Let's go ahead and do the windshield heat probes now. Alright, that's all good. Let's go ahead and do, we'll set up the performance here. 78, that's good on fuel. Let's set that. Alright, good. We have 6.9 in there. Alright, so that's good. Right, database is good. 3rd of October. We're on the 5th of October. That's good. That's all good. Position in it. We're at CYYZ. Alright, and let's look get the GPS. That's good. Flight number, what are we, 5183? 5183. Alright, that's good. Oh, we're at 7889. flight level 290. Alright, what are we doing? We're doing the arrow 4 off 6 left. So arrow 4 off 6 left. That's in LaGuardia. We're going to be planning the Nobby 5 into 2-2, and we're going to be doing vectors there. That's good. Alright, legs. Let's check the legs. Ragix. And then Medev. Papa. Hank. RKA. Did I not put that in? Yeah, I must not have put that in. Let's see. Did I not put Nobby 5? Why did Nobby 5 not give me? There we go. I'm gonna put in RKA. So I should have that already in there. RKA right there. So Hank then RKA. That's good. Our flight plan's in there. That's good. Leg wind we don't have to worry about. Alright. That looks all good. Alright, flight plan. Let's see. We've got runway 6 left. That's in. Alright, let's check to see if we need an alternate. Let's grab TAF for LaGuardia. Again, you'd have dispatch would be doing this. Let's see what flight time is going to be. Looks like hour 41 total travel. So what is 7 and 4? So we're talking 1133Z. I'll bring it up so you can see. All right, 1133Z. That's 808Z. Temporary from, let's see. 5th at 8Z to the 5th at 10Z. We're looking for 11Z. So from 12Z, so it'd be in between these. We have Broken at 3,000, plus 6 statute miles. Broken at 5,000, and then we have plus 6 Scatter at 7. So we do not need an alternate. So we're going to run no alternate. Oh, I was an airline pilot. That's one of the reasons why I can do this quickly. All right, let's see. That's good. Perfin, it's all set there. All right, let's start wrapping up here. Let's start going through. Go auto on the hydraulics. And I think we're good to go here. All right, I'm just going to quickly check. We'll run through the origination checks. Still waiting on the IRS to align here, so we got to wait on that anyway. But we can grab ATIS clearance.
Toronto Airport information Golf 1100 Zulu. Wind tree 0 at 7. Visibility 15. Sky condition clear. Temperature 10. 2.10. Altimeter 30.29er.
29er.
ILS runway tree right and ILS runway tree left in use. Landing and departing runway 05, runway 06 right and runway 06 left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact UF Golf. Toronto Airport information Golf 11.
Clearance delivery Endeavour 518 tree ready to copy IFR clearance to LaGuardia.
Endeavour 518 tree is cleared to LaGuardia Airport as filed. Take off runway 06 left climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure frequency is 127.57 squawk 0221.
Endeavour 518 tree cleared to LaGuardia Airport is filed. Take off runway 06 left climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure on 127.57 squawk 0221.
Endeavour 518 tree readback is correct. Contact ground on 119.1 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Alright, let's go ahead and we'll switch over to 2. We're on 2. Alright, clearance, we got clearance, we're good there. So, internal, external, pre-flight checks, complete, pedal seats, harness checks, crew oxygen mask are checked, and quantity's good. Audio panels checked, electrical power is checked, fire detection checked. External lights checked, fuel panel is checked, bleed air is checked, APU panel is going to be on, start panel is checked, hydraulic panel is checked, ELT, arm reset, cabin pressure panel checked. Let's see what our departure altitude is here. I gotta quickly look. I gotta grab it for the brief anyway. I'll grab, let me see. I just installed this. I'm trying to think what this is called again. Stand by. I gotta freaking find this. Too much shit up right now. Navigraph. That's what it is. The Navigraph charts I gotta bring up here. Alright, we'll look at the Navigraph charts real quick here. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. I want the overview, I want the airport diagram. Taxi, prior to the taxi, there we go. Nope, briefing, where's the diagram? Airport, there we go. Alright, there's the airport diagram. Alright, let's see, we're taking off 6 left. 529 feet. Alright, 529, so we'll go for like 8. Alright, that'll work. Alright, let's see. Let's go to 2 rather. Alright, we're all set there. Alright, let's see. We get that in. I gotta do the brief, so let's go ahead and we'll grab the runway information there and the departure procedure. Alright, what are we doing here? We're doing Aero 3. Aero 4, rather. Is it Aero 4 or 5? What do we got? Aero 4. Okay. Here is the Aero 4 departure. Alright, so it looks like runway heading, let's see. 6 left climb on a heading of 057 or assigned heading for vectors to assigned route. Pretty simple there. No issues there. We'll be good. Alright, let's see. That's all we need. And then I'm going to go back to taxi and I'll grab the... leave this up on the side so I have a taxi diagram. They always say 10. Yep. Yeah, you don't say 10. You always say 10. Runway 06. Temperature 10. You don't say temperature 10. You always say 10. 57 is going to be the heading. So let's put that in 057. Can't see. Too zoomed out. All right. 057. All right, 057. All right, takeoff briefing. Going to be taking off runway 6. We have 9,697 feet of runway. If we have an emergency before 80 knots, we'll stop on the runway. After 80 knots, we'll only stop for critical events. After V1, go ahead and take care of it in the air. We'll come back and we'll get vectors to land on runway. Looks like they're using runway 5, so we'll land on runway 5. That is the brief. Looks good. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to continue with the going through the checklist here. Hydraulic pumps check, ELT, armor reset, cabin pressures check, air conditioning panel check, ice detector test complete, windshield switches are too. We'll just verify it, but I already put them up. Windshield switches are too low, probes are on. Stall test is complete, standby compass is checked, nose wheel steering is off, clock set, EFIS control panel check, instruments check, ICAS, standby instrument check, anti-skid test check. Landing gear overheat test complete, upper pedestal checked, thrust quadrant checked. Avionics check trim. Let's fix the trim here real quick. Usually like to do it now actually when we taxi out, but I'll do it because it's on the checklist here. So I'm going to probably test the system anyway. Can't see. 6.9 and in the green. Alright, 6.9 in the green. Yaw damper. Let's make sure we engage the yaw damper. Alright, source select panel normal, lower pedestal check, passenger signs on, land elevation is set, boost pumps are on, altimeter set, FMS IRS set, radios nav set for departure, takeoff briefing is complete. Alright, we're good to go. Start closing up some doors here, door page, got our paperwork. Alright, doors are closing.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Toronto ground, Endeavour 518 tree requesting pushback.
Drop the chocks. No pushback tug, so we're going to have to taxi out, so that's fine. We'll taxi out. Alright, we'll spin 1 here at the gate, so we're going to have to do a gate taxi off, which you have to do sometimes. We used to have to do it every once in a while. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll spin 1. Bring the music down a little bit. You know if music or anything's too loud or too quiet. Yeah, look for 20%. Here's 20. Alright, watching for a hung or hot start. Should not be looking away, but I'm just going to do the before clear start checklist. Devices off, APUs on, electrics checked, takeoff data set, doors closed, lock beacons on. Fuel pumps are on, and we have plenty of fuel. Hydraulic pumps are auto on. Parking brake is going to be on for the start. All right. Now we'll finish watching. This is almost started. Now let's taxi out on engine 1 for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as we display the safety features.
All right, AC is being run off of 1. DC is being run off of 1. Actually, go ahead. We'll start 2 as well. Give me a quick taxi. 2 start.
If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft, the walkway emergency lights will display to the exits, which are located here and here.
Hello, Sergeant. Hello, hello. How are you?
Extreme emergency landing, you'll be instructed
Good to see you.
get into the brace position, which is executed by
All right, here we go. Coming up on 20.
with your hands over your head.
There's 20%.
We would also like to remind you that you should turn off all electronic devices. We thank you for paying attention during this brief presentation.
Go ahead to the flight plan on the FO side. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy the active. Alright, 2's up. Let's wait for it to stabilize here. Right, electrics, AC is being covered by both engines. DC is being covered by both engines. Hydraulics are all set, both engines. Alright, and we can go ahead and shut down the APU. APU's coming down. Alright, let's go ahead and get a taxi clearance here. Alright, tracker errors coming up.
Endeavour 518 tree with Golf ready to taxi IFR.
Sitting a little high, I feel.
Endeavor Flight 183 taxi to and hold short of runway 06 left using taxiway Alpha Golf Alpha Romeo Bravo Tango cross runway tree right Tango Echo Victor Foxtrot Delta Delta 6. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
You can see how tight we can turn out. So they do have gates like this that you do a turnout on. They would move that truck, but see, we can taxi out.
Taxiway Alpha Golf Alpha Romeo Bravo Tango cross runway tree.
So they have these
right,
taxi
Tango
out
Echo
gates.
Victor
We used to do
Foxtrot
these
Delta
at certain
Delta
airports.
6 Endeavor 518
Alright, what's he say for, so hold short of 6 left, Alpha Golf Alpha Romeo Bravo Tango, and then cross 33. I'm going to bring up the diagram here. We'll see where we are. Alright, we are, okay, there, Alpha Golf, Bravo. Alright, let's see, did he say Charlie? Let me see, stand by real quick, I want to look, 33. Did you say 33 right? 33 right. Tango Hector Victor Fox. Okay, I got it. Alright, we're good. So Alpha Golf should be right here in front of us. Yep, that's Alpha Golf. Alright. Alright, good. Let's go ahead and we will grab the flight controls. Alright, flight control check. Shit, I gotta stop real quick here, and I need to, I did not hook my yoke up to the desk. Stand by 1 sec here. I'm gonna have to take track hour off. Just put the clamp on. Yeah, Sergeant's just getting ready for work. It's good. Be nice if you didn't have to go to work, but these things happen. Oh, shit. Shit and shit. I did not mean to pull that. Hopefully it resets fine. Damn it. I think that's emergency gear release. Hopefully that doesn't cause me problems. There is a maintenance mode I can go in and check, so I can check it here. Alright, Alpha Golf. I think it's Bravo. They want me on Bravo. Let's see, Alpha Golf, Alpha Romeo Bravo. Yep, Alpha Golf, Alpha Romeo Bravo. I'm just gonna go right to Bravo here. Toronto has one of the best de-icing programs. Pretty much most of the Canadian airports I've been to have really good de-icing programs. The Northeast U.S. has pretty good de-icing. Canada's on a whole nother level. The South is terrible at de-icing. They really are. They end up spraying the flight attendant with glycol and everything else. It's a mess. They'll hit the door seals. They're not supposed to spray the body. They'll hit the door seals and then blow glycol in, because the door doesn't seal unless you... door doesn't really seal unless you have pressure. So they end up hitting people with glycol. You know, they sprayed it in the closet. Like every once in a while I see something like some pink fluid in the closet in the 145. It's because they hit the door with it. It's usually the South, because they don't have to de-ice, so they're not practiced at it. Like Montreal and Toronto have like super like efficient de-icing programs. All right, so this is 33 right to our right. And we're going to taxi all the way down, pretty much to the end, and cross at the end. They cleared us to cross. All right, let me finish the flight control check here. That's why that's up. All right, 6 point in the green. Back to status page. Should get a takeoff config okay as our top message. We do. All right, so taxi checklist. Always forget the nose wheel steering. See, taxi slats flaps are set to 8. Flight controls check. Trims are 6.9 and in the green. Brake temperature check. All right, tech check is complete. And we'll make sure cross feed is set to manual. You'd be steering with the tiller, but I'm steering with my feet because I don't have a tiller set up. I'm looking for the end here, so I need to start looking at signs here. We're on Bravo. We're coming up on, what's that, 3. All right, we still have ways to go. So we should have, coming up on, looks like Delta is our turn, So the runway we're looking at right now is the one we're taking off at. We're going to be heading out that way. So we have a little bit, you can see the sock here. We run a little tailwind, very, very minimal tailwind. If you look, no, it's actually, yeah, it's a little bit of a tailwind, very minimal though. You see how the sock is pretty much limp. I'd say it's like 2.5 knots of wind. That's Victor right there. And we're going to take our way on Victor next here. So that's Delta, and then here comes Victor. I'm going to check it, make sure it says Victor, or Delta rather. That was Victor. We want Delta. Alright, we are cleared to cross 3-3. Verified, as you can see, cleared to cross. So we're cleared to cross.
Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
Alright, I haven't set in my V-speeds yet. Let me put in my V-speeds. They just take a while to set in manually. It'd be much easier IRL to just spin them in. A little bit more laborious in game, so I usually just have to do that and press them in. These little spinning knobs are very intuitive IRL. You just spin, 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 and it's real quick. You can enter in everything really quickly, and in game it's a little bit laborious, especially seeing everything a scroll wheel. And the scroll wheel also does your, you know, your zoom, so that's kind of tough. All right, so 6 left is off our left here, and that's where we're going down the end. I'm actually going to run off, I'll run off my, my transponder. Right. Yeah, Delta 8. Oh, that's interesting. It's actually showing my real position on the map. I didn't even notice that. That's pretty interesting. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
That's pretty neat. So, yeah. So this is actually pretty good. This, I'm not discontent that I had to spend 10, you know, it's in euros, so it's got to be more than 10 bucks, but 10 bucks for the month to get the database updated and then have this Navigraph stuff is pretty good, actually. All right, here we go.
Tower Endeavour 518 tree at runway 06 left, ready for departure IFR to LaGuardia.
Endeavour 518 tree altimeter tree 0.29er wind tree 0 at 7. Cleared for takeoff runway 06 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 06 left, Endeavour 518 tree.
All right, before takeoff checklist, light strobes are on, fuel cross flows, manual flight attendants been advised, transponder TCAS is on, radar terrain is going to be off, CAS is checked, takeoff config okay, before takeoff checklist complete. Toga. Thrust set. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Select speed. Heading. Autopilot.
Endeavour 5183 contact departure on 127.57. Good day.
127.57 Endeavour 5183. Goodbye. Departure Endeavour 5183 is passing 2,500 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
Endeavour 5183 departure altimeter 30.29 radar contact continue.
We're waiting for our direct to the next waypoint, so we're gonna do runway heading until they give us instructions. So. Climb checklist. Let's go into climb. D10. Alright, fuel crossflow is auto. Bleeds and APU are set. Thrust reversers are off. CAS is checked. Climb check is complete. Gonna give us our turn here or what? Like my turn on course. Like my turn on course. Not a big deal, but I like it.
Endeavour 5183 contact Toronto Center on 124.925. Good day.
Going to 124.925 Endeavour 5183. Toronto Center Endeavour 5183 is at 9,300 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
Turn on
Endeavour
course.
5183 Toronto Center altimeter 30.29 radar contact continue to Rajix.
Alright, he wants us at Rajix now.
Endeavour 5183 traffic is 6 o'clock 4 miles at 10,200 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
I'm not gonna be able to see traffic that's behind me, guy.
Endeavour 5183 traffic, not in sight.
Let's see.
Endeavour 5183 climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb and maintain flight level
230.
230 Endeavour 5183.
Porter 150 heavy contact approach on
230, direct Rajix.
Good day.
And we're through 10, chime the flight attendant. And we're gonna go ahead and
Toronto
we'll
Center
speed up.
Porter 200 heavy is at 6,300 feet, climbing 12,000 feet. Porter 200 heavy Toronto Center altimeter 30.29 radar contact continue to Albert. Toronto Center Jazz 8956 heavy is at 11,400 feet, climbing
Jazz.
14,000 feet. .47 Porter 150 heavy. Goodbye. Air Canada 256 heavy descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Jazz 8956 heavy contact approach on 125.4. Good day. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
Alright, we're
Air
already over
Canada
the
256
lake.
heavy.
Already over the lake.
Air Canada
The hotel we
256
used to have in
heavy,
Toronto was
17
right on
miles.
the approach end. I forget what
Maintain
runway,
present heading and altitude.
but
Expect ILS runway
planes
33
pretty much
right
went over
above
the
to be
hotel
right
all
in
night. It was
transition.
kind of cool. You could just look out
Clear to
the
right.
window of my room and see them coming in all day. Probably annoying to the normal guest, but for a pilot, that's what they like to see.
125.4 Jazz 8956 heavy. Goodbye.
And the flight
Ladies
down.
and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
serving sandwiches. Beautiful.
Maintain present heading and
Good
altitude.
to see.
Expect ILS runway tree right approach via right at transition. Cleared to right at Air Canada 256 Heavy. Air Canada 256 Heavy contact approach on 124.47. Good day. Porter 200 Heavy contact approach on 124.47. Good day. 124.47 Air Canada 256 Heavy. Goodbye. 124.47 Porter 200 Heavy. Goodbye. Toronto Center Porter 102 Heavy is passing 2,900 feet, climbing 12,000 feet. Porter 102 Heavy, Toronto Center altimeter 30.28 radar contact. Continue to come off.
Go standard altimeters. I'm just playing with Navigraph here, putting in the flight plan just to have it as a backup. But this is neat. It actually links with Flightsim and shows me where I am on the map, which not that I need that, but it's definitely something that, you know, people who may not be great at flying or may not just know what's going on, it's kind of nice.
Endeavour 518 tree climb and maintain flight level 290.
290.
Climb and maintain flight level 290 Endeavour 518 tree.
Porter 102 Heavy contact Toronto Center on 134.25.
Just the sun on my eyes.
Good day.
290. 290.
Going to 134 decimal. Endeavour 518 tree contact Toronto Center on 134.25.
134.25. 134.25.
134.25 Endeavour 518 tree. Goodbye. Toronto Center Endeavour 518 tree is at flight level 230 climbing flight level 290.
Hey.
Endeavour 518 tree Toronto Center radar contact. Continue to MEDEV. Endeavour 518 tree contact Cleveland Center on 125.2. Good day.
352.
Going to 125.2 Endeavour 518 tree. Cleveland Center Endeavour 518 tree is passing flight level 245 climbing flight level 290.
290 is our final.
Endeavour 518 tree Cleveland Center radar contact. Continue to APA.
Upper. Let's see what we want to do. Let's see, we're doing ILS runway 22. We pick an arrival.
Endeavour 518 tree contact Cleveland Center on 125.875. Good day.
125.875. Yeah.
Going to 125.875 Endeavour 518 tree. Cleveland Center Endeavour 518 tree is at flight level 265 climbing flight level 290.
Endeavour 518 tree Cleveland Center radar contact. Continue to APA.
Alright, nice. So I got the route in. Kind of cool. I'll show you guys. This is the Navigraph thing. So I just put the route in, and you can see where we are on the route, which is kind of neat. it just show. You can see how it says CYYZ Toronto. That's and then you have Cleveland Center. So we passed from Toronto Center into Cleveland Center. That is 280 for 290. It's kind of neat. Shows you where the handoffs will be. Especially if you haven't done this before, or you don't know what you're doing. It's kind of helpful to be able to have this where it shows you. But I think it's pretty neat. Like that's linked up with the game right there, so it shows where we are. Put in the route pretty quickly. I can overlay stuff. So like for example, here's the arrival, but if I want, I can go in and I can find the Nobby 5. Click on this. Let's see. And I can overlay the chart, and there's the chart, so I can read everything about the chart. See that. Go look at runway 22. Let's see, did I put the ILS in? I believe I did put the ILS in. I did not select an approach yet, so ILS runway 22. Find it. ILS runway 22, add to route. And so there it adds it to the route. And then here it is here, so if I wanted to, I can overlay just the approach there. So it's kind of nice. The cool thing. The main reason I got it is just to get the updated nav data, but it's also kind of a cool thing I can use. All right, speed. Right on the edge of overspeed there. Not a huge deal if you go over by a little. Happens quite often if you don't have auto throttles. Usually catch it within the first couple knots and just pull it back and let it slow back down. You just want to get the trend vector, that little pink line above the speed, to 0. So now you see the trend vector line's pretty much gone, so that means they're pretty much good. All right, let's read some chat. If you're IFR, are you also VFR? No. Nope. IFR, you know, there is VFR on top, which is technically an IFR clearance, but when you're in the airlines, you're always on an IFR clearance. Every single time. Never go VFR. You're always on an IFR clearance. You know, I don't like flying VFR after flying IFR for so much. You know, ATC gives you priority. You do not have to avoid clouds. You know, you don't have to, like, for example, you know, you still have to be cleared into Class Bravo, for example, but they're gonna, well, no, they don't. I don't think they have. They don't have to. I don't think they have to say it. I can't remember, but you pretty much like you're set from, you know, go to not. ATC is required to keep you separated from traffic. VFR, you're required to separate yourself from traffic. So it just kind of, you know, personally, I'd rather be IFR the whole time. You know, just my preference. And it's like, this is what the flight plan looks like in an airliner. You don't need a VFR map. You don't need this. I don't care what lakes are. I don't care where all the airports are. You know, like we're going over Rochester Airport. If I really cared about where the airports were, I'd put it on there. I probably have to zoom in to see it, but like there are all the airports. Like, do not care where all the airports are. Like if I had an emergency, I need to land, ATC is going to give me vectors to the closest airport. They'll be able to take me.
4 miles at flight level tree 20, Airbus A20N.
There he is right there. See, ATC is required to keep us separated from traffic, so they will call it out.
Endeavor 5,
you know, VFR, we'd have to do that on our own. So yeah. So I'd always prefer to be on an IFR flight plan.
Endeavor 518 tree contact Cleveland Center on 127.475.
27475.
127.475 Endeavor 518 tree. Goodbye. Cleveland Center Endeavor 518 tree flight level 290.
Check the maintenance page.
Endeavor 518 tree Cleveland Center radar contact. Continue to HANKK.
Okay. Okay. I'm just checking because I accidentally had to accidentally pulled the gear release lever, and there's no reset for it. Just push it back in. It's just probably a J-lock thing. Yeah, it's like the chart that I showed you on Navigraph. That's a. Let's see if I can bring up. I probably can bring up a VFR chart. But here's the IFR chart. Oh, I do not like the lean on it. So like here's the IFR chart, and so like this is all I need to know. I don't need like it's got lakes and shit, but you don't need it. All I really need is my nav waypoints, my airways. That's it. That's all I need. I don't need any sort of landmarks. Let me see how I can switch this over to switch this over from a high chart to something else. So this is also the high chart. You can tell because it's got its Q routes and it has jet routes. J is for jet, Q is the GPS high altitude routes, and then on the low charts they're T's and Victor Airways for the lower altitudes. So here's high IFR. If we went to, there's IFR low chart. So you see there's the Victor Airways right there. Here are the T routes. We go to VFR. Like you see how it shows you all of the airspace and all of the terrain and all of the water and all the town names and all the bullshit. I don't need it all. You know, so like this would be ugly to have to do. So like when people are like flying around a Garmin 1000, they're like, you know, how do airline pilots fly without all that information? You don't need it. You're on an IFR flight plan. Like I don't want all this. I don't need all this information. Like all this yellow here is showing what the town would look like or what the city would look like at night. So for example, I was flying back from Minneapolis the other last week, and we flew over Lake Ontario and we came up on Rochester, and you could see Rochester at night and it looked like this. That's what was lit up. And then we came up and you could see Syracuse. That's what Syracuse looked like. And so if you're flying VFR, you actually have to be able to see that stuff. You know, when you're flying IFR, you don't. So for example, here are some, looks like military training areas up here. IFR flight plane, you fly right through them. You know, VFR, you got to stay out of there, and sometimes they'll clear you through. You know, VFR, you got to ask for clearance in each airspace. You got to stay out of airspace. IFR, you just go right through because they are carrying you through it. So it's like, you know, so it makes sense. Like if you're on a VFR flight plane, you need to know where the high spots are and what the towns are going to look like and what the roads look like, because you're actually navigating via the terrain. You know, so I would much rather be on an IFR where all I care about is the airways. You know, so like the jet routes are on VORs. So you have a VOR here, and you have a VOR here, and you have a VOR here, and you would tune in the different VORs as you go. They're pretty much phasing out most of the VORs now, and they're going GPS routes. So that's why, like, here are the Q routes. These are all VFR. These are all GPS routes. These are all the IFR GPS routes of the Q routes. You know, and so you're seeing fewer and fewer jet routes because they're starting to get rid of the VORs. But you could navigate, for example, from Albany on J190 to RKA, which is Rockdale, through J190, Bridgewater. Is that Bridgewater? I can't. No, Brighampton. I can't read that. And then you come down here to Stony Fork, go down to Slate, and then you could go up the jet route here if you wanted, and go up to, where the hell is it? Looking for the next VOR here. Right here to Capleton.
Endeavour 518 tree, contact New York Center on 133.35. Good day.
133352.
133.35 Endeavour 518 tree. Goodbye. New York Center Endeavour.
So this is kind of neat on the chart here. You look.
Endeavour 518 New York Center radar contact. Continue to Romeo Kilo Alpha.
If you look here, we're just crossing over the line here. See how it goes Cleveland Center, and then on the other side is we're going to be going to New York Center here. So that's why. See, it says New York right here. So we went from Cleveland to New York. Up here is Boston Center. So as we cross this dashed line here, we're going to be going into Boston Center. So we'll be in New York from here to here, and then we'll go to Boston. And then we'll stay in Boston for a while. I'll see where the handoff is. Probably just for approach. Get an approach handoff.
Descend and maintain 2,700 feet. Expect ILS runway 28 approach via Stoda Transit.
Alright, let's go ahead and get ready for landing here. It's not a very long flight, so. Alright, so I'm setting my pressure. So I'm setting about 300 feet above field elevation. Doesn't have to be perfect. All that's going to do is that's going to depressurize the airplane at around that altitude. So we're landing at, it's about 21 feet, 13 feet, something like that. 13 to 21 feet at LaGuardia. So I've got it at, let's go 320 is fine. So 320 is going to be, so the plane will be depressurized by 320 feet. So that when we land, we're not pressurized. So that's all that's doing. Go ahead and take the seatbelts off for a little bit. Let them go, get up and pee. We'll go ahead and I'll brief the approach here. Let's do that. We'll brief the arrival first. Let's brief the arrival first. So I'll go ahead and we'll overlay. I'll just open the chart. Be easy to read. All right. So we're coming in at Rockdale RKA. We expect less than 17,000 at Peter. Then we're going to Cipher Tresa down to Cache. From Cache, we're going to go to Nobby. We expect 8,000 feet at Nobby. We're going to require DME. We're going to go down, which we have, off the GPS. We're going to go to Carmel, then Rhymes, and then Rhymes should take us in. So from Rhymes, we're then going to go on to 2. Where is it? ILS right there. And then we'll brief the ILS 22. So copter. That's the wrong one. Stand by. I got to get rid of this one. I picked the helicopter one. Let's see, where is it? ILS runway 22 right here. Didn't say copter. Where is it? Why does it say copter on there? Yeah, it's okay. Copter ILS. Oh, what? That's weird. Why can I not find the non-copter one?
Endeavour 5183 traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 320 Airbus A20N.
I'm looking.
Report them in sight.
I'm looking.
Endeavour 5183 traffic,
There it is,
not in
right
sight.
there. They'd call it not in sight if you don't see it right away, and then it's fine if you see it.
Endeavour 5183 traffic alert. 1 o'clock less than 1 mile flight level 320 Airbus A20N.
I see him, I see him, I see
Report
him.
them in sight. Endeavour 5183 contact Boston
3325.
133.25. Good day.
3325, see ya.
133.25 Endeavour 5183. Goodbye. Boston Center Endeavour 5183 flight level 290.
Trying to find the right approach here.
Endeavour 5183 Boston Center radar contact. Continue to Romeo Kilo Alpha.
Why in the sweet name of hell can I not find this? Okay, this is probably what it is. Let me look. Okay. Is it the same? Is that why it has copter on there? I wouldn't think it would have copter on the chart. So, yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see the other one. Alright, that's fine. We'll run it as the same. I'll check the numbers, make sure the numbers make sense. Numbers make sense, so we'll be alright. Alright, the ILS localizer runway 22. Frequency is 110.5, final approach course 224. Let's see. We're going to go down to a DA of 212 feet. Airport air elevation 21. Touchdown zone elevation is 12. We've got the pressure in there. We're not going to do the published mist. We'll just come back. We'll expect probably right traffic for runway 22. We'll just get vectors back. But if we need to do the published mist, it'll be climb 3000 outbound on the 225 Proud. That will be a, we're going to go ahead, we'll do a teardrop, so we'll do a right 45 and then back on a 045 Proud and hold. Let's see, we have a MSA, minimum safe altitude of 2009 on the west side, 2,100 on the right side. We're going to expect 2,000 feet for Greco. After Greco, we're going to go down to 1,100 feet for Alex. We will intercept the glide slope at Alex. That's our final approach fix. Take the glide slope down, and we'll check out at our DA of 212 feet. If the localizer does, if the glide slope goes out, we'll switch over to localizer approach, and we'll go down to 506 MDA. So that's going to be the brief. I'll go ahead and I'll put Nobby 5 back up. There's the overlay. All right. So that's all brief. So all of our arrival stuff is briefed. Quickly check the weather there. Weather was looking fine. We'll check it. You know, IRL, I don't know if they still have the printers, but we had a printer here. And you look at the ACARs and you could find the weather. It probably is on the tablet now. So, let's see, that is at 11:15 Zulu, so that is about 30 minutes old. Let's see. Winds 360 at 6 knots, 10 statute miles, visibility few at 2,000, scattered at 4,000, broken at 8,000, so should have no issues here. Broken at 25,000, temperature is at 18, dew point is 14, altimeter is 3014, and that's all we really care about. So looks good. No problems in there. Vis is going to be high enough. We don't need to worry about it. Good visibility today. All right, start looking at our. So we'll be in LaGuardia, and well, we're going to slow down for the approach. So this is going to read at our current speed. We're doing a really good speed. We have a 69 knot giggity tailwind. So we're doing 521 knots. So we're really cooking along here. We should get a descent around RKA. The game is not going to give it to us. All right. So I'm going to ask for it. So we want 12,000 foot descent when we. So I'm going to ask for it right now, because the game will give it to us late.
Boston Center, Endeavour 518 tree. Request flight level 190.
Endeavour 518 tree, descend and maintain flight level 210. Expect flight level 190.
Descend and maintain flight level 210. Expect flight level 190. Endeavour 518 tree.
Because we're supposed to be below 17,000 at Peter, or that's what we expect. Now, in real life, they would give it to you, likely. They might not, but likely they're going to try to give you that speed at Peter. So notice, watch that tape come down as we start to, the tape's going to change. As we lose altitude, that tape will go up because the relationship between Mach and indicated airspeed is going to change. So as we go down, you know, we're going to be able to go a higher indicated airspeed for the same Mach number. So we're doing like an insane, this is an insane rate of descent. I'm going to fix it here in a second. Like you would not, we generally don't do speed descents because they're ugly. And they're uncomfortable for the passengers. We do speed climbs for the initial portion. We usually do vertical speed mode. But in game, like, I don't have to worry about making everybody puke, so. Alright, what did he say? I need 2,000 more foot decrease here. So again, I'm giving myself the altitude I'm supposed to have because the game doesn't do it right.
Request 17,000 feet.
Endeavour 518 tree, descend and maintain flight level 210. Expect 17,000 feet.
Descend and maintain flight level 210. Expect 17,000 feet.
We're
Endeavour
leveling.
518 tree.
So we would want to be below.
Endeavour 518 tree, descend and maintain 17,000 feet.
There we go. He's giving it to us now because I asked for it. So. Then he's gonna bitch at me for calling him late because I'm trying to actually
Descend
do
and
his
maintain
job for him.
17,000 feet. Endeavour 518 tree.
Yeah, so the chart says we expect Peter at less than 17,000 feet. So I asked for it early because I want it. So it shows, see the purple line here? The purple line is giving me where we need to be. So what I'm going to do is actually go back to speed mode, which is fine now. And I'm just going to add a little bit of thrust, and I'm going to get that purple line right around Peter. So you can do it in your head too, but you can also just do this. So as I start to increase thrust, it's going to decrease the vertical speed, and you'll notice that purple line will start going closer to Peter.
At 8,800 feet, climbing 9,000 feet. Cessna November 9999 Echo Tango Boston Center altimeter.
And we want to make Peter at that. So like, this is one of the reasons why you don't want to do speed mode, is like, as I oscillate it here, the people are going to be going weightless in their seats, and they're going to be slamming back down and up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down.
Piedmont 5876 heavy traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 190. Report them in sight.
Endeavour 518 tree, don't have the traffic.
All right, 3014 is the altimeter setting that we checked already.
Piedmont
3014.
5876 heavy have the in sight.
Altimeter is set. All right, that is 16 for 17,000. So we're going to be going into altitude cap right now. So as we go into altitude cap, it's going to automatically start picking our nose up. So I have to come up with some thrust if I want to stay on the speeds. Stuff becomes second nature, just adding thrust when you need to, taking it away when you need to. All right, start getting ready here. We go ahead and seatbelt signs on. We would make our PA, chime the flight attendant, let them know we'll be in there in about 20 minutes. Nice mountains out here. You can actually see those mountains on the chart if I bring them back here. All this pink here, those are the mountains. So you do need to know that on the IFR chart, just because, again, you'd want to make sure you don't hit the mountains. So that's why they're on the IFR chart. All right, we'll continue speed. We'll keep up speed around 320.
Endeavour 518 tree, contact Boston Center on 134 decimal tree. Good day.
134.3.
Going to 1 tree for decimal tree, Endeavour 518 tree. Boston Center, Endeavour 518 tree, 17,000 feet.
Endeavour 518 tree, Boston Center altimeter, tree 0.19 radar contact. Continue to Cyper.
Cyper. There's no mandatory read back there, so we wouldn't have to read it back. You know, I might give them a Roger Cyper, you know, something like that, just so that they know we heard them. And, you know, if it's busy, it's not a mandatory read back. I'm not going to read it back. If it's not busy like it is right now, I'd just be like Cyper, and then whatever. Or I forget what we are here for our call sign. I can't see it this far away. If I remember it. I pretty much remember the last 2 digits. 5183. There'll be direct Cyper 5183. That's all you need. Like, you don't need to tell them anything, so just an acknowledgement or copy. You can do Roger. Roger means read and understand. You Wilco will comply. Wilco Endeavour 5183. Again, you don't want to clog up the radio. That's something that, like, you get a lot of private pilot. They want to tell them their whole life's history, and it's like, dude, just like minimum stuff, especially in busy airspace. Yeah, like they'll go Boston Center. This is November 1 Cessna. November 1722 is 15.4 miles north of Boston with information, whiskey, looking to do the ILS runway 22. And it's like, you know, the way you'd want to do that is November 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 to the north, whiskey, ILS runway 22. Yeah. Just saves everybody a lot of time and aggravation, getting it out quickly. All right, so we have no other mandatory altitudes here except Nobby at 8,000. So it's not going to give it to me right. So we're going to plan for Nobby at 8,000. So we have Teresa, Cash, and then Nobby. So after Cash, I'm going to look at the time to Nobby, and then I'm going to likely just ask for it, because it will be super late giving it to us. If you look here, you can see the trend vector. Right there, see that little pink dash? That's telling us where we'll be in 10 seconds. So because it's above, we're going to continue to keep accelerating. If I bring it back a little bit, you see now the pink line is on, right on the money. If I bring it back a little bit more, now we're not accelerating at all. So we're actually decelerating just a hair. So that's just going to keep me from overspeeding. So when we were up at 290, we were doing only about 320 knots indicated, and we're at Mach 8.2. We're now down at 17,000 feet. We're doing a faster indicated airspeed of 330, but our Mach number is 0.67. So, you know, that's the difference between, you know, Mach at high altitude and low altitude because of air density. You know, the speed of sound, because the molecules of air are closer together, the speed of sound is going to be lower. You know, the density of the air molecules also being, you know, farther apart. When they go in the pitot tube, going to be reading a lower indicated airspeed. Again, that's where ground speed comes in. You know, our ground speed is 471 knots. We have an indicated airspeed of like 325 right now. Alright, so once we make this turn, it's gonna... Alright, we're gonna be in Nobby in 4 minutes. So we want to lose... it's gonna do this ship. I did this yesterday. Turned the wrong way yesterday too. I don't know why it does this. I'm gonna help it along. Alright, so we'll be at Nobby in 3 minutes. And we need to lose 9,000 feet. So it's 3,000 feet per minute. So I want to get an altitude decrease here of 9,000 feet. Let's go down 8.
Boston Center, Endeavour 518 Request 9,000 feet.
Endeavour 518 descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect 9,000 feet.
You know, the game should be giving me this descent. It's not. I have to put it in myself. It will just give it to me after we pass the point.
Expect 9,000 feet. Endeavour 518.
All right, layers 11. I'm just going to manually do it here. So we do vertical speed. Start putting it in slow. That keeps it comfortable for the passengers so they're not launched into the ceiling. I got to keep an eye on this turn to cash because it likes to make us miss cash. I don't know why. Back to nav. And then so you just gently will put this into where you want it. You know, I don't think we didn't have the arc on the 145, and so like I had to do the math in my head really quickly. You just put it in. Like you figure, got three minutes. We need to lose, you know, 8,000 feet. Let's go ahead, 3,000 feet per minute. We'll make it. Yeah.
Boston Center, Endeavour 518 Request 8,000 feet.
All right.
Endeavour 518 descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect 8,000 feet.
11,000, expecting 8. That's a mandatory read back because it's an altitude. You have to read back altitudes.
Endeavour 518.
What's the difference between ground speed?
518 traffic is 7 o'clock 3 miles at 10,900 feet.
I'm never going to see him. He's behind us.
Lindbergh 4465 traffic is 10 o'clock 3 miles at 14,300 feet. Report them in sight.
Endeavour
So difference between airspeed and ground speed. So ground speed takes in effect the wind. So let's say we're going 300. let's say we're going 300 knots indicated airspeed, and we have a 30 knot tailwind. Our ground speed would be 330. You know, and then, you know, indicated airspeed is also, as we go up in altitude, the pressure goes down. So at sea level, 8,000. So at sea level, 300, you know, 320 knots is gonna have a slower ground speed. So at sea level, 320 knot indicated is about a ground speed of 320 knots with no wind. Motherfucker, I am busy here.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Endeavour 518 tree.
Yeah, so we're supposed to be at Nobby at 8,000, so I'm just gonna hurry us down. So at sea level, if there's no wind, 320 knots indicated is going to be 320 knot ground speed. At, let's say we're at 350, a 320 knot indicated airspeed could be, you know, with no wind, could be 470 knot ground speed, because the air is thinner, so the plane is feeling a lower speed than it is feeling a lower airspeed than it is really actually going. One of the reasons you want to climb up to high altitude is the air is thin. Your engines are actually less, they're less powerful. Oh shit, I gotta slow down, man. I'm way fast. I forgot we're below 10. Oof, that would be, they'd yell at us for days for going 320. I wasn't paying attention, I was talking. You know, true airspeed, like, we really don't use, like, you get some GA will use true airspeed. True airspeed will, it will account for air density. I don't have any use for true airspeed. I have two uses: ground speed, which tells me how quickly I'm eating up the miles, and indicated airspeed, which tells me at what speeds I can put down gear and flaps and when I'm going to brake the airplane. That's all I care about, is indicated airspeed and ground speed. That's all I care about. Yeah, you get people to talk about their true airspeed as they're trying to just like impress people with how fast their plane goes, but that really doesn't interest me. We got one in front of us, you can see on the traffic scope. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this leg here. Get rid of the discontinuity. Clear it off. Alright, so we're below 10, we're below 250. So we have that speed restriction of 250 under 10. It happens every once in a while. You'll forget to slow down. They'll just give you a little bit of shit. All right, landing elevation check, fuels check, TCAS. 28.1. Every time I try to do a fucking brief, he calls.
Boston Center, Brickyard 5609er Heavy is passing 16,000.
Right, landing elevation set, fuel is set, radar is going to be off, CAS is checked, landing data is set, approach briefing is complete. Descent checklist complete. Ah, they would never do this fucking constant talking where I can't get a word in to clear off channel. Because, like, they're holding us all hostage here and we can't switch to our next frequency.
Boston Center, Endeavour 518 tree 8,000 feet.
Endeavour 518 tree, Boston Center altimeter, tree 0.16 radar contact, continue to remiss. Endeavour 518 tree, contact New York approach on 120.8. Good day.
Going to 120.8, Endeavour 518 tree. New York approach, Endeavour 518 tree 8,000 feet.
Endeavour 518 tree, New York approach altimeter, tree 0.15 radar contact, continue to HARP.
Going to hop. Alright, so I always like to look at my next point, so I don't want just a line going off into infinity that I can't tell where it's going. I want to see my next waypoint. In case something screwed up, I can catch it and fix it. Alright, so expect the descent down to 3,000 because the ILS is going to have that So we need to go down to 3,000. What was it, 2,000? 2,000 for Greco. I can't see for shit here. This is the copter one. This looks weird to me. I don't know, man. Greco Alex.
Endeavour 518 tree descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
Yeah, I think it's 3,000 the standard one. I don't know why it's showing the copter on this.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Endeavour 518
3,000
tree.
is right, and then 19 after 3. If memory serves from doing it last night. All right, 3,000 feet. We'll go speed mode just to keep it around 250. Send out at 250. Yeah, I gotta see what's up with this, because this should not be the helicopter arrival. Would we have to be there by Greco? Yeah, Greco, so we don't have to descend that crazy here. We're just at Greco.
Endeavour 518 tree, you are 3 miles northeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 22 approach.
Alright, so we're going to go into heading mode, so 0 the heading. He tells us to maintain the altitude. That's not true. He would give us what he told us. That's what he'd do. We're going to go in. We're going to switch to the localizer. We already have the localizer. We're already on localizer in this approach. Alright, I'm going to start putting in approach speeds. Again, I can put them in manually, but it's just time consuming. And there's only one person here, just me, so a little bit of extra
Endeavour
work.
518 tree, did you copy?
Yeah, I copy. I'm busy, man. Yes.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 22 approach.
Yeah, so
Endeavour
we wouldn't tell us.
518 tree.
Yeah, we would continue descending down to the last assigned altitude. We wouldn't maintain altitude. That's silly nonsense. Okay. We have
Endeavour
one.
518 tree, you are 18 miles northeast of LaGuardia. Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact tower on 118.7.
Alright, finally off the tower. We can stop talking to him.
Maintain present heading and altitude.
There's the runway, 12
Tower
o'clock.
on 118.7 Endeavour 518 tree.
Alright, contact the tower. They're going to clear
Tower
us for the
Endeavour
approach.
518
We're going to
tree,
slow down.
6 miles northeast inbound
Not too
ILS
fast,
runway
but we're gonna
22
slow down.
approach.
Endeavour
Gotta get the gear
518
down.
tree tower. Altimeter tree 0
Cleared the ILS.
141 tree 47 at 5.
Alright, track errors coming up.
Cleared ILS runway 22 approach. Endeavour 5321 number 4
Christ.
for landing. Follow the aircraft on final.
That's another one in front of me.
At 5. Cleared
Not
to
us.
land runway 4. JetBlue 172
Jesus.
heavy exit runway
I hate it how
20.
they do this. I really do.
Cleared ILS runway 22 approach Endeavour 518 tree.
Cleared to land runway 4.
Alright, we got
number
one
4,
more speed to set in.
5321.
That's the approach.
JetBlue 172 heavy contact ground on 121.7. 121.7.
Alright, clear the approach.
JetBlue 172 heavy. Goodbye.
And I'm going to go down. I think 1,900 is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain seated until we have stopped.
We're going to grab it around there. I don't want to go on a high glide slope. Alright, let's continue flapping here. God, I hate everything's a scroll wheel. It's very annoying. Why's my V approach not in here? Why is my V approach not spun in there? Yeah, it's my V. Didn't spin in any of my V speeds. I gotta spin it myself. 134. Okay. Fuck, man. Still a Mach, huh? Jesus Christ. If I can get the speed spun in today, we'd be in great shape. I'm way slow because I can't. Fucking trying to fix the system here. Trying to get this bug set. There we go. 134. Fucking finally. Jesus. Alright. We're on speed now. We're on glide slope. I feel a little funky in my seat here. I don't know, man. A little slow. I was waiting for our landing clearance. Let's finish up the checklist. I can do it now. Flight 10's advised passenger signs are on. Thrust reversers are armed. Landing gears down. 3 green. Slats flap set to 45. 4-lane check is complete. Still waiting on landing clearance. The way we used to do it was
Endeavor 518 tree 101 tree at 6.
approach lights on
Clear
for
to land,
clear
runway
approach.
22.
Clear to land, we put the landing lights on.
Clear to land runway 22
Alright, autopilot's
Endeavor
coming off.
518 tree.
Autopilot's off. A little fast. Dialed in. Alright, runway's in sight landing. More visual. A little bit fast, take off a little bit.
$1,000.
1,000 feet. Stabilized. I don't see what that is. Flight spoilers are out. That's what that is.
Sink rate.
Yeah, I'm fixing it there, guys. That
500.
was my issue. Didn't check my spoilers. You'd feel them, you'd hear them in real life, so it's a lot harder to forget about them than in game where you don't hear them.
400.
Give me a little sloppy here.
4455 heavy 6 miles east inbound, RNAV X-ray, runway 22 approach.
300.
300
Sink
feet.
rate.
Brickyard 4455 heavy tower. Altimeter tree 0.14, wind 01 tree at 6. Cleared RNAV X-ray, runway 22 approach.
100. Sink rate. 40. 30. 20.
Cleared RNAV X-ray,
Oh,
runway
that's
22
gorgeous.
approach. Brickyard 4455
Thrust
heavy.
reversers are out. Thrust reversers
Tower
are
Brickyard
stowed.
577 tree heavy 4 miles south inbound, RNAV X-ray, runway 22 approach. Endeavor 518 tree exit runway when able.
Will do.
Brickyard 577 tree heavy tower. Altimeter tree 0.14, wind 01 tree at 6. Cleared RNAV X-ray, runway 22 approach.
What are you doing?
Brickyard 4455 heavy, follow the aircraft on the runway. Wind 01 tree at 6.
Going to 1-3.
Cleared to land runway 22. Endeavor 518 tree contact ground on 121.85.
Going to 121.85 Endeavor 518 tree.
Cleared to land runway 22, Brickyard 4455 heavy.
Come to a complete stop.
Brickyard 577 tree heavy, follow the aircraft on final. Wind 01 tree at 6.
Ground Endeavor 518 tree request taxi to the gate.
Endeavor 518 tree taxi to gate 4 by a taxiway. Bravo Sierra Papa. Cross runway 22 Foxtrot.
They
Bravo,
always
Bravo.
try to send me to places that are not gates. I don't get it, man.
Endeavor 518 tree hold position. Caution the Airbus A20N on final.
I'm not crossing the runway, dude.
Endeavor 518 tree continue taxi.
Taxiing to Gate 4 via taxiway Bravo Golf Golf Alpha Echo, cross runway 4 Foxtrot Bravo Bravo, Endeavour 518 tree.
Alright, APU's coming up. Yeah, like I even tell the game what gate I want to go to every time, and it's like, nope, we're gonna give you some random gate that you don't want. It's like, okay, thanks. No, I'll go where I'm gonna go there, guy. I'm trying to go to the correct gates. Okay, let's see. After landing, APU is almost on. Transponder, let's shut the transponder off. We don't need it on. Transponder is off. Lights are set. Probes can come off. Alright, APU's up. Engine number 2 will shut down. And we taxi in on one engine to save fuel. No need 2 engines to taxi in, so shut one of them down. Where's the lead-in line for this? Right there, okay. Parking brake set. Number 1's coming down.
Ladies and gentlemen, the door is open. Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your personal items and carry-on luggage.
Ground Endeavour 518 tree. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Endeavour 518 tree, the jetway is going to be connected.
Oh, thank you. So we'll treat this like a quick turn. And we'll do another short one out of here. Yeah, I like doing landings and I like doing approaches and everything. So like the long ones can be nice sometimes. But, I like doing the approaches and everything. Alright, so it's annoying. The one thing I would like them to fix in 24.2 is what I should be able to do now is refuel and go into a flight planner and plan the next leg. I can't do that. So what I have to do is go back to the main menu and start over again, which is annoying. So we're going to do that. Alright, so we'll just quickly do this to get into the next flight. There we go. Alright. So nice flight from Toronto. Let's go to the main menu and we'll plan one out of here. We'll look at the actual Endeavour flights and we'll pick one. Alright, let's see. Oh, come on. Could you just be helpful there, Internet? Come on. Do it. Chrome's been real bad lately. It's been real super duper slow. Alright, so let's find us a LaGuardia departure. Should be plenty. There were not many flights. That's why, I landed in LaGuardia last night, and I had to go somewhere else because, there were no early morning LaGuardias. I'm trying to do a live flight. We can go Indy. Let's go Indy. Oh, how far is Indy? I'm trying to see time-wise what Indy's going to be. I don't want a super long one here. Could always do Raleigh. 216, yeah, I don't want to do a 216. Wow. Just running so slow right now. Cincinnati's too long. Give me all the LaGuardias, please. Stack them. Come on. Raleigh, Indy, that's it. That's all you got. What the fuck, Google? Alright, that's not bad. Let's go. We'll go Raleigh to... I don't have anything north, like a Bangor. LaGuardia, Indy, LaGuardia, Raleigh. Looks like just the LaGuardia, Raleigh. Let's do that one then. Alright, we'll do LaGuardia, Raleigh. We'll plan it in... Jesus Christ, game. Oh my god, what is like making my computer go so freaking slow? Like, you see how it's just misbehaving? I don't know what the deal is. Like, is anything... It's got to be the CPU going. It's the CPU just being inundated by Flightsim doing its shit, so that's all it is. Alright, we'll do Raleigh. Alright, let's see. They are not running 4. They're not... Are they taking off 4? Yeah, they are taking off 4. Okay, they're taking off 4. LaGuardia 7. That'll work. The tackle 5 left, so put in ILS 5 left. That works for me. And then I want the gate we just came off of. We'll take it as a quick turn. And it's going to ignore whatever I put in there anyway. So I'm just going to leave out the gate I want. Let's see. Planned is 260, which is a west, which makes sense. 26,000. Let's go ahead and check. What is it for flight? It is 5051. Okay, let's do weight and balance. Let's say, oh, I don't know. 40% should be fine. Yeah, 40's fine. Alright, that looks alright. We're already at 4, and then I've got it memorized. I can check the stream if I need to. Something's just eating up CPU, slowing everything down. So I don't like the let's see. I'm going to try a ready to push. See if that has everything where it needs to be. Because so like a quick turn would be we go in and in 20 minutes we leave. And so you come in, you get all the passengers off, you prepare for the next flight, and then you screw. Right. Go ahead, track hours off. Let's get this set up how I want it. Aircraft, I want a turnaround. Alright. Doors are open in place. APU's not on, which it would be on. Well, not necessarily. You could be dues and ground, but generally speaking, APU is going to be on. Alright, I'm going to start up the APU here. And we'll be good to go. We're on ground power? Yeah, see, we're on ground power. That's the turnaround. It's got us on ground power, so I'm going to start the APU so we can get out of here quickly. IRS is already aligned. Alright, set up performance. 78, that's good. It's 12:15, 12:15. Alright, let's check the APU. Alright, and then that's it's available, but we're gonna get rid of the ground cart. Disconnect the ground cart. Alright, so we're gonna be doing the, let's see, runway 4. Let's see, where's what? How did I lose all my departures off this? That's weird. Why can't I get, where the hell is cancel mod on that. I should have the LaGuardia 7. Doesn't show the LaGuardia 7. LaGuardia 7 is pretty much just a heading anyway, but look at LaGuardia 7, see why it's not showing up. Here, go through, do a little planny here anyway. It was the LaGuardia 7, wasn't it? Quickly check. Ah, damn it. I just was where I needed to be. I gotta go look back. I didn't write it down, which I should have. Quickly just go check the stream here. Yeah, LaGuardia 7 off 4. It's not showing the LaGuardia 7. Weird, man. I don't know why it's not showing the LaGuardia 7. That's very strange. Okay. Yeah, I don't see the LaGuardia 7. Okay. Alright, whatever. We'll build it. LaGuardia 7 is pretty much just a runway heading until they give us a turn anyway. So runway 4. Alright. Arrival. We're going into tackle 2 into ILS. What was it? 5 right, I think. God damn it. I checked the stream again. It was 5 left or right. I can't remember. I'll look it up. 5 left. Okay. That's why I usually write it down. And then let's go out to autos, and then I can click autos, and then I'll change it if I need to en route. And then let's go ahead and we'll find it. So it's going to be a runway heading, and then I need to put in the points. So I'll build it. It's not showing the LaGuardia 7, which is weird. I don't know what the deal is with that. The direct JFK. And our refo. Merca. Leah. McGurk, Tripod Jamie. And it'll be north 37. And we're looking for Tackle there. Bogpy. Sebit. Doyas. and then tackle. Okay, that's all in. Alright, check flight plan. Taking off runway 4, direct to JFK. That's all good. Alright, flight plan. Copy the active. MFD menu, MFD menu. Alright, and then did I do performance? I did performance. That's all set. So we should be good here. Alright. Go ahead. Performance. Let's set all the V speeds. 6.8. 6.8 on the trim. Alright, 6.8 set. ATIS.
LaGuardia Airport information, Kilo 1300 Zulu. Wind 0 tree at Niner. Visibility 10. Sky condition, ceiling 10,100 feet broken. Temperature 19. Dew point 10. Altimeter 30.15. ILS runway 4 in use. Landing and departing runway 4. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact UF Kilo.
Alright, 1-5. Go ahead and configure the radios. Run off 2. Tune to clearance, please. Thank you. Oh, on 2. Thanks. Tune to clearance. Thanks.
Clearance delivery Endeavour 5051 IFR to Raleigh, ready to copy.
Endeavour 5051 is cleared to Raleigh Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 4, climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure frequency is 124.45 squawk 7051.
Endeavour 5051 cleared to Raleigh Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 4, climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure on 124.45 squawk 7051.
Endeavour 5051, read that correct.
Let's get rid of the jet bridge.
Contact ground on 127.675. Good day.
Jetway's gone? Jetway's gone. Alright, good. Alright, aircraft. Let's go close it up.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers
Alright,
are
doors are
aboard.
good.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you
Let's
enjoy flying with
see.
us.
Before
Before
start,
takeoff, we would like to
passenger
encourage all
signs should be
passengers
on.
to watch our
Do
cabin
that.
crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
Good. All through there. Nice. Alright, patch signs are on. Lane elevation set. Altimeter is 3015 within 75 feet of field elevation. FMS check set. IRS is aligned. Nav radios navigated set. Takeoff brief will be taken off runway 4. If we have a problem before 80 knots, we'll stop on the runway after that. Only for critical items up to V1. At V1, we're going to continue off of runway 4. Take care of it in the air. We'll expect left traffic back for runway 14 to land. We'll get vectors from ATC. Takeoff brief is complete. Go ahead and push.
Ground Endeavour 5051 requesting pushback.
Endeavour 5051 pushback request accepted.
Alright, clear to start. APU is on. Electronics check. Takeoff data set. Doors closed. Lock beacon is on. Fuel pumps are on. Quantity's good. Hydraulic pumps are going to be auto on. Parking brake is going to be off for the push. He's still coming up. We're going to go ahead and start spinning. There's 20%. We'll taxi out on one engine.
Ground Endeavour 5051 requesting the end of pushback.
Endeavour 5051 request to end pushback received.
Alright,
one's up.
Ladies and gentlemen,
AC is good, DC is good, hydraulics are good, flight controls.
During an emergency, please remain in your seats with your seatbelt
Flight
fastened
controls are
and
free
your
and
seats
correct,
in the
trim
upright
set.
position. In case of a drop in cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and should be placed over your head. If there is smoke
Ground
in the
Endeavour
cabin during the
5051
evacuation of
with
the
Kilo
aircraft,
ready
Alright,
to
track
taxi
hours, come back
IFR.
on.
emergency lights will display to the exit,
Endeavour
which are located
5051
here.
taxi to and hold short of runway 4 via taxiway
In
Zulu
case of an
Bravo.
extreme emergency landing,
Contact
you will
tower
be
on
instructed to get into the
118.7
brake
when ready.
which is executed by placing your
Alright,
hips
brake
between
check.
your knees
Brakes
with
are
your
good.
hands over your head. We would also like
Taxi
to
to
remind
and
you
hold
that you
short
should turn
runway
off
4
all
via
electronic
taxiway Zulu
devices.
Bravo Endeavour
We thank you for paying
5051.
attention during this brief presentation.
Quite a bit of thrusting. We're running on one engine. We're also turning into that engine, so you will do asymmetrical thrust in the ground and make turning easier sometimes. Alright, check the yaw damper. So I got a Cessna moving out there. See, they would be across the way. They would be on the other side of the airport. This is be over here. Get in my way, son. Alright. After start, generators are auto, electrics are checked, bleed valves are auto, packs are on, APU is going to stay on until we start to. Anti-ice is going to stay off, nose wheel steering is armed. And taxi. Oh, taxi. Come on, click on taxi, dickhead. Slat flap set to 8. Flight controls are checked. Trim set 6.8 and in the green. Thrust reversers are armed. Flight controls are free and correct. Brake temperature checked. And we'll go ahead and we'll start 2 before we get to 4. So just taxi out on one screw to save a little bit of fuel. APU. I don't know about this APU, but on the 145 it burns 120 pounds per hour. That second engine spooling for taxi is wasting a ton of fuel. Alright, let me read some chat here. If there's an issue with another plane in the runway and the ATC have everyone doing circles until the issue is resolved, would ATC prioritize? So you'd have to declare emergencies if you're running low on fuel. So you'd have people start calling in, telling them they're low on fuel. You don't get priority until you declare an emergency, so you would have people start declaring emergencies. So, you know, generally they would, like here, unless like a plane is all balled up in the intersection between the two runways, they would switch to the other runway. They'd also, like, a diversion's pretty easy out of here. You just go to JFK or Newark. Ideally, you'd want to go to JFK because it's like, it's right over there, so it's like, it's easy for people to get where they're going. But, you know, if they have connections, you know, they'd rather go into LaGuardia, so. I gotta set the runway heading here. Ugh, can't see. So much easier to focus your eyes IRL than in game. Come on, man. I clicked on speed instead of heading. Alright, alright. Set all my bugs. Could do a crossbleed start, but I don't feel like doing it. Crossbleed is if we didn't have an APU, we could start the second engine with the first engine. Usually do it at the gate though. You'd huff a cart number 1 and you crossbleed 2 generally. Could do it on the taxi out, but Instead of getting the air from engine from the APU, you get it from the other engine. Start the engine. All right, we need a minute of that engine running before we take off. So about a minute before we expect to take off, I'm gonna start spooling 2. We got 2 spinning. Again, why we have 2 people, it's kind of a pain in the ass to try to taxi while I'm doing all this. There's 20. Alright, so 2's coming up. And as soon as 2 is up, that's when I'm going to start my timer. I need a minute before I can take off. Alright, 2's up. Alright, starting our timer. We check electrics, AC, DC, hydraulics, good. Alright, APU is coming off and door shutting. Alright. So engine 2 is up. Why am I sitting so frickin' high? There we go. Better. Alright, so we're already, what do we got in there for time? Oh, it never started the timer. That's fucking beautiful, isn't it? Come on, start the timer. We're going to be fine on time. Like, I would say 30 seconds has already elapsed at least. And then we get a couple airplanes coming in anyway, so.
Brickyard tree 5 tree 9er heavy exit runway when able.
Brickyard does not have any heavy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised
Tower
that
Delta
we
9er 8 9er heavy 9er miles southwest inbound ILS runway for approach. Delta 9er 8 9er heavy tower. Altimeter tree 0.1510 tree at 9er. Cleared ILS runway for
Alright,
approach.
we already have a minute on at least, so about a minute and a half.
9er heavy contact ground on 121.7.
Tower Endeavour 5051 ready for departure runway for IFR to Raleigh.
Endeavour 5051 altimeter tree 0.1510 tree at 9er. Cleared for takeoff runway 4. Delta 27 tree 0 heavy wind 0 tree at 9er. Cleared to land runway 4.
We got one coming in.
Delta 9er 8 9er heavy follow the aircraft on final. Wind 0 tree. Cleared to land runway 4 Delta 27 tree 0 heavy.
I need to call this clearance in.
Cleared for takeoff runway for Endeavour 5051.
Thrust set.
121.7.
Airspeed's alive.
Tree 5 tree 9er heavy. Goodbye.
80 knots.
Tower Endeavour 5208 9er miles southwest inbound ILS runway for approach. Endeavour
V1.
5208 Tower. Altimeter
Rotate.
0.1510 tree at 9er.
Positive rate.
ILS runway for
Gear up.
approach.
Select speed. Heading. You'd be calling these out for the other pilot to do. The pilot not flying.
Cleared ILS runway for
Autopilot.
approach Endeavour 5208.
And now I run the mode control panel
Endeavour
because
5051 contact Allentown departure on 124.45. Good day.
445 C.
Going to 124.45 Endeavour 5051. Allentown departure Endeavour 5051 is passing 1,600 feet, climbing 11,000 feet.
In heading mode.
Endeavour 5051 Allentown departure altimeter tree 0.1510.
Fuck is up with my head? Why are you not in heading mode? Autopilot didn't come on. I clicked the wrong button. Oh, that's annoying. That's why you'd have the FO do it. It's like you shouldn't be flying and pushing these buttons at the same time. That's why the pilot not flying pushes those buttons, because they're not trying to fly. The exact reason you do that. What's going on here? Yeah, it's transfer is what I clicked by accident here. I'm going to click transfer back. Make sure it's on. I'm going to make sure I'm on FMS 1.
Endeavour 5051 climb and maintain flight level 180.
0.
Climb and maintain flight level 180.
Yeah, if I was
Endeavour
hand flying, the other
5051.
pilot would have to spin all this shit, so it's... They would be spinning this altitude knob anyway.
Endeavour 5051 contact Boston Center on 1 tree 2 decimal tree. Good day.
180.
1 tree 2 decimal tree Endeavour 5051. Goodbye. Boston Center Endeavour 5051 is passing 8,200 feet, climbing flight level 180.
Track coming off.
Endeavour 5051 Boston Center altimeter.
Alright, there's our direct
30.15
JFK.
radar contact. Continue to Juliet Foxtrot Kilo.
Alright, direct JFK. Alright. After takeoff, crossroads auto bleeds and APU are off. Thrust reversers are off. CAS is checked. Climb checklist complete. Alright, let me try to catch up. What is a liter of fuel? Fuel's in pounds, sucker. Yeah, this type of airplane is just like, there's a reason why it requires two pilots. There's a lot of work for one person. You need 2 people to be doing this. It's too much.
Boston Center JetBlue 1602
Yeah, there's a reason why you have a pilot flying, pilot not flying. There's a reason why you have standardized duties like
JetBlue 1602 heavy Boston
person
Center
hand flying. All they do
altimeter
is hand
30.15
fly. That's it.
radar
They
contact.
ask for
Continue.
stuff on the mode control panel. They don't put down their own
Endeavour
gear.
5051 traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at 13,100 feet.
Yeah, I'm
Airbus
not gonna be able to see
A20
him
end.
on the turn here, guy.
Report them in sight. JetBlue 1602 heavy traffic is 10 o'clock 2 miles at 13,100 feet. Report them
I'm
in
just gonna
sight.
go ahead and put us back in heading mode here.
Endeavour 5051 contact New York Center on 121.125. Good day.
I don't need to, but here.
Endeavour 5051 don't have the traffic. Going to 121.125 Endeavour 5051.
Spin the heading knob. Jesus Christ. So I'm gonna go just heading on JFK, and then I'll do a direct when we get on that heading bug.
New York Center Endeavour 5051 is passing 14,800 feet, climbing flight
Direct
level 180.
JFK again, execute. I just don't want it to try to turn back on the
New York
line.
Center altimeter 30.14 radar contact. Continue to Juliet Foxtrot Kilo.
JFK.
Endeavour 5051 climb and maintain flight level 260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260 Endeavour 5051.
Like, because it's on the FO side, usually the FO would spin that altitude knob. There's certain things that are duties that are on your side, and there's certain duties that are duties for pilot flying, pilot not flying. Then there's certain duties that are just the captain's duties. You know, for example, the tiller. The captain has the tiller, so the captain taxis on the ground. Certain things like a lot of the bleeds, windshield heat probes, anti-ice is mostly FO stuff because it's over here. You know, once you've landed, even if it was the FO's leg to fly, you know, once you start getting off the runway, the captain will say, my aircraft, they take over so they can steer with the tiller, and then the FO would put up the flaps, would then you know, get the APU started, would shut off the lights. You know, it's kind of a pain in the ass. You see me trying to shut off lights when we get off. Like as soon as the captain's taxiing, the FO would usually shut all the lights off that need to be off, and get the APU started, put the flaps away. Now they're on the radio calling ground, so it's you know, it's the division of duties is you know, pretty regimented to make it so that you're not overwhelmed. Because it's too much to come off the runway, put up your flaps, shut off the thrust, you know, reversers, start the APU, shut off all your lights, call, and taxi at once. So, you know, the captain's just taxiing, paying attention, FO's putting up the flaps, APU, configuring bleeds as necessary, shutting off lights, calling ground. Like, as I'm calling ground, I can easily put up the flaps. So I'm just like clicking the flaps up as I'm calling ground. Then I reach up and I start shutting off lights while I'm still calling ground. Clicking the APU door open, checking, make sure the APU door is open and all the stuff's done. Click the APU button, get the APU running. Watch the APU as the captain's taxiing. APU's up. Tell the APU, you know, start the timer when you touch down. You want a minute for the engine to cool down before you shut it down. Once you get a minute elapsed, shut the number 2 engine down. You know, so you tell the captain, you know, a minute's elapsed, you want number 2 down.
742 Heavy is at 8,600 feet, climbing 13,000 feet. Brickyard 5742 Heavy, New York Center altimeter, 30.16 radar contact. Continue.
Hello, real Bedrock. Hello. How are you? Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff like, you know, the division of duties is pretty good on that. Like certain stuff over here, like this, none of this stuff on this plane is getting touched really. The lights are right over the captain. So like for land.
5051, contact New York Center on 118.975. Good day.
Going to 118.975, Endeavour 5051. New York Center,
Yeah, so
Endeavour
say for example,
5051 is at flight level 245,
if
climbing
it's the
flight level
captain's
260.
leg and the captain is taking off,
Endeavour 5051, New York Center radar
25,
contact. Continue to MYRCA.
we get an altitude here in a second. No, 26 are final. 26 is final. Okay. So say for example, let's say it's the captain's takeoff. As soon as we're clear for takeoff, the captain would start taxiing out. Likely the FO would turn on the transponder, would answer ATC, would click all the lights on. The captain's hand would be on the thrust lever, so they click the Togo button, and they would take off. When it's the captain's leg to take off, they push the thrust up to where it needs to go, so toga, and they would say thrust set. They would keep their hand on the levers until you hit V1. As soon as you get to V1, the captain takes their hand off the thrust levers and puts both hands on the yoke, so they're not, so they don't accidentally pull them back if an engine fire happens. You take it in the air at that point. Fucking this guy won't shut up.
Delta 199er tree heavy, your tree 9 miles south. Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 left.
Shut him up a little bit so I can talk. So then, you know, captain would rotate. You know, the other thing that kind of it's tough for me to do by myself here, and it's much easier in real life, is, for example, when I'm going down the runway, the person flying is looking out the window. That's all they need to do is look out the window. They don't look inside, so they're looking out the window. And the pilot not flying will read out the speeds. So airspeed alive, 80 knots, V1, rotate. The person flying would go positive rate. They would call for gear up, gear would go up. They would tell you what to do in the mode control panel. So for example, select speed, select heading. They'd tell you select speed 200, for example, if they wanted a 200 knots on there. Then they would call for flaps up when they reach the speed for that. And the pilot not flying would put the flaps up. Generally, it'll be the FO because the FO is on that side. So then let's say it's the FO's leg to fly. Why would I want anyone to do it for me? No, I'm good, thanks. I've already talked about it. I don't want any mods, so mod suggestions can keep to yourselves. I don't want any mods. So if it was the first officer's leg, the first officer is going to take control of the airplane because the captain's been taxiing. So they'd say, my airplane. Captain would repeat, your airplane. The captain would then answer the radio. Captain would go, clear for takeoff, and the captain would then turn on the lights, transponder. The FO would have their hand on the thrust levers and would push the toga button, which is also on this side. FO would push the thrust up to toga, take their hand off, and go set thrust. Because the captain keeps their hand on the thrust on takeoff. So the FO would push it to toga, take the hand off, go set thrust. The captain would put their hand on it and go thrust set. And then they would take their hand off it at V1, and the FO keeps both hands on the yoke. And then as, you know, so, and then likely the pilot not flying would do the lights at that point as part of the climb out. There we go. 183.
128.3 Endeavour 5051. Goodbye.
I put in a 1, I didn't put in a 1. Turn him up a little bit now.
New York Center, Endeavour 5051, flight level 260.
Endeavour 5051, New York
I don't want
Center,
any mods other than the planes. If you want, you can say goodbye.
New York Center,
Continue, Leah.
2183 Heavy is passing flight level 220, climbing
Smart
flight
ass.
level 270. American 2183 Heavy, New York
click
Center,
on it.
radar contact, continue.
Leah.
Endeavour 5051 traffic is 7 o'clock, 1 miles at flight level
How can I see him at 7 o'clock?
Report them in sight.
They would not be calling out 7 o'clock traffic.
American 2183 Heavy traffic is 5 o'clock, 1 miles at flight level
Give me a
265.
chance to respond when you call me there,
Report
guy.
them in sight.
Endeavour 5051, don't have Airbus A20N in sight.
American 2183 Heavy have the in sight.
Of course he doesn't mean to say he's behind me. Trying not to oversteve us here.
New York Center Airbus November 63 Delta Zulu is passing 11,900 feet, climbing 17,000 feet. Airbus November 63 Delta Zulu New York Center altimeter 30.16 radar contact, continue. Montreux 2468 Heavy contact New York Center on 118.975.
I'm gonna go play with this here. What do we have first? It was Leah. Let me look.
118.975 Montreux 2468
Is
Heavy.
Merca Leah?
Goodbye.
Yeah, Merca Leah. Okay, JFK Merca Leah. JFK Merca
Endeavour
Leah.
5051 traffic alert. 9 o'clock, less than 1 mile, flight level 250 Airbus A20N.
Look it. That's him.
Report them in sight.
That's him. That's him.
American 2183 Heavy traffic alert. 4 o'clock, less than 1 mile, flight level 265. Report them in sight.
Endeavour 5051 traffic, not in sight.
American 2183 Heavy traffic in sight.
Why is this still up? Yeah, it didn't have the. Okay, that's where I stopped. It didn't have the LGA. That's what I was doing. Okay.
Endeavor 5051, contact Washington Center on 124.775. Good day.
Going to 124.775, Endeavor 5051. Washington Center, Endeavor 5051, flight level 260.
Endeavor 5051, Washington Center, radar contact, continue to LEAH.
JFK. Ah, shit. Let me do that. Yeah.
Endeavor 5051, traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 280 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
Motherfucker. I'm gonna fix this. Stop calling out traffic.
Endeavor
I don't care.
5051, don't have Airbus A20N in sight.
Let's fix this here.
Washington Center, American 2183 Heavy is at flight level 285, climbing flight level 360.
Let's just do this.
American
I didn't do
2183
much on
Heavy,
this.
Washington Center, radar contact, continue. American 2183 Heavy, traffic is 8 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 265. Report them in sight.
Stop. Stop taking me out.
American 2183 Heavy, traffic in sight.
I want the VOR. There we go. VOR. Alright, there we go. Marco. Where's Marco? Where the hell's Marco? Now, what are we running? We running down Q135? I don't think we are. Let me look. No, maybe we are. McGurk. Yeah, we're going to McGurk. Alright, so Q180. It's Q481? Can't read it. Then we're going to turn anyway, so let's see what we get after that. Tripod.
Washington Center, Delta 2475 Heavy is
Yep,
passing
we are
flight
falling
level
the airway.
310, descending flight level 270. Delta 2475 Heavy, Washington
Going
Center,
to
radar contact,
Crippler? I
continue
don't
to
think we
Motel.
are going to Crippler. Look. Jamie.
Washington Center, Brickyard 4615 Heavy is at flight level 185, climbing flight level 220. Brickyard 4615 Heavy, Washington Center, radar contact, continue to DREMS. Washington Center, United 1048 Heavy is passing
Log
flight
P.
level 220, climbing flight level 270. Endeavor 5051, contact Washington Center on 125.45. Good day. United 1048 Heavy, Washington Center, radar contact, continue.
125.45, Endeavor 5051. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavor 5051, flight level 260.
Endeavor 5051, Washington Center, radar contact, continue to LEAH. Washington Center, American 2183 Heavy is
Siebert.
passing flight level 330, climbing flight level 360.
Yep. Seabit.
American 2183 Heavy, Washington Center, radar contact,
Seabit
continue.
and Goyas. tripod. Tripod bugged me. Tripod and I'll fix it. That looks good. Looking fucked up here. I gotta see. Okay, that's why. I'll kill some legs on that. Let's see. Where is the routing? Let's see, this leg here needs to go. It's fine. I'm just using it for advisory anyways. I don't need it. So clear it out later. Alright, that's good. Alright, I'm gonna go use the head. Alright, we can go ahead and let the passengers also use the head.
Washington Center United 1048 Heavy is at flight level 265, climbing flight level 340. United 1048 Heavy, Washington Center radar contact continue. Endeavour 5051, contact Washington Center on 132.05. Good day. Endeavour 5051, acknowledge last transmission. Endeavour 5051, please acknowledge. Spirit Wing 701 Heavy, contact Washington Center on 132.05. Good day.
Going to 132.05, Endeavour 5051.
Fine, use the head.
Heavy, contact Washington Center on 132.05. Good day. 132.05.
Washington Center, Spirit Wing 701 Heavy is passing flight level 220, climbing flight level 270.
Steps on me every time.
Spirit Wing 701 Heavy, Washington Center radar contact continue.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5051, flight level 260.
Endeavour 5051, Washington Center radar contact continue.
Fuck me. Every time I click on another window, put the gear down. It's obnoxious.
Endeavour 5051 traffic is 8 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 225 Airbus.
So obnoxious.
Report them in sight.
Clicked on another window and
Spirit Wing
zoomed and it
701 Heavy
put the
traffic
gear
is
down.
2 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 265.
Very obnoxious.
Report them in sight.
Endeavour 5051, don't have Airbus A20N in sight.
Everything's the scroll wheel.
Spirit Wing 701 Heavy, have the traffic.
Come on, pull it back.
Washington Center American 218 Heavy is passing flight level 360, climbing flight level 360. American 218 Heavy, Washington Center radar contact continue.
Alright, I'll get the briefing. Might as well. Alright. Right, I'm gonna be doing the Taggle 2 or whatever it is. I don't know if, Jesus Christ, did it do it again? No, it's just oversped. I had it in a low trend vector. Get this trend vector set so I don't stop fucking around with this. I had the trend vector south of the speed. I think it's just the air pressure in game's changing, so it's changing the Mach number.
5051, contact Washington Center on 132.55. Good day.
3255, see ya.
Going to 132.55, Endeavour 5051. Washington Center, Endeavour 5051, flight level 260.
Brief here.
Endeavour 5051, Washington Center, radar contact. Continue to TRPOD.
Yeah, we're gonna tripod. We're starting a tripod. I don't know what the deal is with this. I can't find my where's user waypoints? Let me see if we can find the legs here. See flights. I don't know how to delete legs yet. But anyways, we're coming in on tripod. We want to be at flight level 240 at Bogp. Then tackle, we want to be between 17,000 and 10,000. We're going to put those in ourselves. Swept above 9,000. Karoo, less than 12,000. Muffley, we want to be above 9,000 at 250 knots. At Stint, we want to be at 6,210 knots. I expect to go out probably on a vector and then we'll come back in. I don't know where they're going to get us. They're not going to send us all the way to autos. Probably Bool or Shoe, I'd say. Go ahead and we'll brief the ILS as well. Alright, ILS runway 5 left in Raleigh, 109.1054 is final approach course. DA is 598 feet. Airport elevation is 435 feet to the touchdown zone at 385. We're going to probably come in at Chowda, 5,000 at Chowda, 4,000 at Bool, 3,000 at Shoe, 2,200 at Wepa's final approach fix. We'll get glide slope intercept and we'll follow that down to 598. If the glide slope goes out, we'll run it as a localizer down to 840. If we have to go missed, we'll just get vectors back for 5
Endeavour
left.
5051, don't have Airbus A20N in sight.
Briefing complete.
Spirit Wing 701 heavy traffic is 11 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 265. Report them in sight.
Yeah, you can see it was an air pressure issue. Look at how high the indicated airspeed limit went now.
Spirit Wing 701 heavy traffic in sight.
Probably changing air pressure in the game.
Washington Center American 218 heavy is passing
It's
flight
oscillating
level
quite a bit.
360, climbing flight level 360.
Let's put it into landing elevation.
American 218 heavy Washington Center radar contact continue.
That's good for landing elevation. Did you give me direct? Yeah, we're on our way to Jamie right now. Okay, I misread tripod. I was thinking tackle instead of tripod. Good. No, I did tripod right there. Yeah, so that's weird. Let me look real quick. Yeah, we got tripod, and then we got Bogp there. The Bogp is 240, so we only need to lose 2,000 feet by Bogp. So we'll keep that in mind. Likely ATC will screw that up. It's an AT, so we want to make sure we get it, so we're going to ask for it. Currently, we are 8 minutes from Bogp. We only have to lose 2,000 feet, so we'll probably go a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and we'll ask for it. Because he's not going to give it to us. They never give it to us on time. Check runway diagram too while I'm at it. Right, 10,000 feet of runway. Let's plan on getting off probably in the neighborhood of, I'd say Bravo 5. Bravo 5 right turn onto Delta. Probably a left turn at Tango 7 into the gates. Check weather real quick. I'd be able to use the ACARs to print out the weather at Raleigh, and I can't use the ACARs in game, I don't think, to do it, so.
Washington Center United
Yeah, I'll do
104
this.
Heavy is at flight level 320, climbing flight level 340. United 104 Heavy,
Winds 330 at 3, 10 statute miles, scattered 25,000, 21 for the temp, 19 for the dew point, altimeter is 3015. Alright. Got these. I'll actually spin the speeds in here. Right, let's see. I spin these in here. It's not give me the select on them. I'll have to look at those.
American 2183 Heavy traffic alert. 3 o'clock less than 1 mile flight level 335 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. American 2183 Heavy traffic in sight.
Do a little PA. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be in about 30 minutes into Raleigh. Oh, I don't. Said a little bit earlier. 30 minutes will be 34 minutes, but we're gonna cut the corner, so probably won't be too far off. Alright, we want this bog P at 2-4.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5051. Request flight level 240.
Endeavour 5051 descend and maintain flight level 240. Endeavour 5051, acknowledge last transmission.
Dude, you don't give me a second to do it. Just
Descend and maintain flight level 240, Endeavour 5051.
aviate, navigate, then communicate to you, dumbass. That's 250 for 240. Alright, let's look at the chart. What we got next here? Seabit is. Are we going to Seabit? Yeah, gonna be at Seabit at, let's go down 220 for Seabit. Alright, let's get a descent down to the proper altitude.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5051. Request flight level 220.
Endeavour 5051, descend and maintain flight level 220.
Descend and maintain flight level 220, Endeavour 5051.
Right now.
Endeavour 5051, contact Washington Center on 123.85. Good day.
One two three decimal 85, Endeavour 5051. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavour 5051 is at flight level 230, descending flight level 220.
Endeavour 5051 Washington Center radar contact. Continue to Sebit.
Alright, after Sebit, we've got, let's see, tackle between 17 and 10,000. And then Karoo, we want to be below 12,000.
at flight level tree 60, climbing flight level tree 60. American 218 Tree Heavy Washington Center radar contact continue.
Alright, we tackle in 5 minutes, and we need to lose 5,000 feet. Let's go ahead and grab it now.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5051. Request 17,000 feet.
Endeavour 5051, descend and maintain 17,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 17,000 feet, Endeavour 5051.
Washington Center Southwest 918 Heavy is passing flight level tree 15, climbing flight level tree 20. Southwest 918 Heavy Washington Center radar contact continue. Endeavour 5051, contact Washington Center on 118.75. Good day.
118.75, Endeavour 5051. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavour 5051 is at flight level 205, descending 17,000 feet.
Endeavour 5051 Washington Center radar contact. Continue to tackle.
Back. Be 180 for 170.
Endeavor 5051, contact Washington Center on 135 decimal tree. Good day.
One tree 5 decimal tree, Endeavor 5051. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavor 505,
See how far are
117,000
we
feet.
out?
Endeavor 5051, Washington Center, altimeter tree 0.14 radar contact, continue to tackle.
Alright, swept, we want to be above 9,000. Karoo, we need to be down at below 12, so you don't have that much to lose for
Generic
Karoo.
8 Hotel Golf traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at 3,800 feet, Cessna Skyhawk. Report
We'll start going down for Karoo.
Cessna 1 Papa Tango
Guys,
traffic is
step
3
on me
o'clock
here.
3 miles at 6,800 feet, generic. Report them in sight. Cessna 4 Lima Kilo, contact Washington Center on 118.75. Good day. Endeavor 5051,
There you go.
descend and maintain
Giving it to me now.
9,000 feet.
Actually gave me an
Descend and
altitude
maintain
when you're supposed to,
9,000
huh,
feet,
guy?
Endeavor 5051.
Generic 8 Hotel Golf, have the Cessna Skyhawk in sight. .75 Cessna 4 Lima Kilo. Goodbye. 55051, contact Washington Center on 118.75. Good day.
Going to 118.75 Endeavour 5051. Washington Center Endeavour 5051 is passing 12,200 feet, descending 9,000 feet.
Endeavour 5051, Washington Center altimeter 30.17 radar contact. Continue to Muffley.
Route 10. Landing elevation set, fuel is checked, TCAS is going to be on, radar is off, CAS is checked, landing data is set, first be complete. Consent check is complete. That's 10 for 9,000.
Washington Center American 1589er Heavy is at flight level 285, climbing flight level 310. Endeavour 5051, contact Raleigh approach on 124.95. Good day. American 1589er Heavy, Washington Center radar contact. Continue.
124.905 Endeavour 5051. Goodbye. Raleigh approach Endeavour 5051, 9,100 feet.
109.10.
Endeavour 5051, Raleigh approach altimeter 30.18 radar contact. Continue to Muffley.
Alright, ILS is in. We got a speed at 250, so they want us at 250. What's up, Walter? How are you? Good to see you. Alright, that looks like Raleigh. That looks like Raleigh, 12 o'clock, so we're going to be coming around the side here. This is 5 left coming in here. So we're going to come around here and come in. Well, bing bong boom, just like that.
Raleigh approach Delta 2783 Heavy is at 9,200 feet, climbing 12,000 feet. Endeavour 5051, descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 220 knots.
7,220.
Delta 2783 Heavy, Raleigh approach altimeter 30.17 radar contact. Continue to BLNKR. Endeavour 5051, acknowledge last transmission.
Dude.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 220 knots. Endeavour 5051.
That'd be 8,000, 7,000.
051 descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots.
6,210.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Endeavor 5051.
Number 6. Beam the airport right now.
Endeavor 5051 descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
5,000.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Endeavor 5051.
Six five.
Raleigh approach envoy tree 721 heavy is passing 5,600 feet, descending 5,000 feet. Envoy tree 721 heavy Raleigh approach altimeter tree 0.16 radar contact. Continue to BACH. Endeavor 5051, you are 8 miles south. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS runway 5 left approach via CHWDR transition. Clear to
Chowda.
CHWDR.
Direct to Chowda.
Raleigh approach Airbus Juliet Romeo Echo
Step on
843
that.
is passing 7,800 feet, climbing 11,000 feet. Airbus Juliet Romeo Echo 843 Raleigh approach altimeter tree 0.16 radar contact. Continue to Orlac.
Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS runway 5 left approach via CHWDR transition. Clear to CHWDR. Endeavor 5051.
Raleigh approach Avion Express 9er 612 heavy is passing 8,600 feet, climbing 9,000 feet. Avion Express 9er 612 heavy Raleigh approach altimeter tree 0.15 radar contact. Continue to BLNKR.
I'm just waiting to get past Chowder to turn in.
10 o'clock 4 miles at 7,800 feet Airbus A20 in. Report them in sight. Avion Express 9er 612 heavy traffic is 11 o'clock 3 miles at 5,500 feet Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight. Blue Streak 5545 traffic in sight. Envoy tree 721 heavy, you are 11 miles southwest of Raleigh. Contact Raleigh Tower
Envoy
on
does not
119
have any
decimal
heavies.
tree when inbound. Endeavour 5051, descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
That's early, man. We're not even at chowder yet, man. Come on.
Tower on 119er decimal tree, envoy tree 721 heavy.
Alright, now we're going direct chowder.
Avion Express Niner 612 heavy, have the traffic. Blue Streak 5545, descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet, Blue Streak 5545. Endeavour 5051, please acknowledge.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Endeavour 5051.
Alright, track guys.
Tree, you are 8 miles south.
There's
Descend
the
and
airport
maintain
right there.
5,000 feet, keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS runway 5 left approach via CHWDR transition. Clear to CHWDR. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet, keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS runway 5 left approach via CHWDR transition. Clear to CHWDR Airbus 84
Expect 3,000 here for Bool.
Airbus 84 descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Endeavour 5051 descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet, Endeavour 5051.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Airbus 84 Airbus 84 descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Endeavour 5051 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 4,600 feet, Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Avion Express Niner 612 heavy, you are 6 miles south.
That's a 4.
Climb and maintain 9,000 feet, keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS runway 5 right approach via beach transition. Clear to BEICH. Blue Streak 5545, you are 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet, altimeter 30.15. Endeavour 5051, you are 10 miles southwest of Raleigh. Contact Raleigh Tower on 119er decimal tree when inbound on the approach. Avion Express Niner 612 heavy, descend and maintain 5,000 feet, keep speed not above 210 knots. Avion Express Niner 612 heavy, descend and maintain 5,000 feet, keep speed not above 210 knots.
Tower on 119er decimal tree, Endeavour
We
5051.
are about to land. Please remain seated until we have stopped.
Raleigh Tower, Endeavour 5051, 8 miles southwest, inbound ILS runway 5, left approach.
Endeavour 5051 Raleigh Tower. Altimeter 30.1610 tree Niner at 8. Cleared ILS runway 5 left approach. Delta 2783 heavy exit runway when able. Endeavour 5051, follow the Airbus A20N on the runway. Wind 039er at 8. Cleared to land runway 5 left. Raleigh Tower Jazz 8837 Heavy at runway 5 left ready for departure IFR to Toronto. Delta 2783 Heavy contact ground on 121.9er. Jazz 8837 Heavy hold short runway 5 left.
Cleared to land runway 5 left.
Alright,
Endeavour
landing gear is down 3.
5051.
Flight attendants advised. Best sign on thrust reversal arm. Landing gear is down. Flaps set 45. To the land.
Airbus Juliet Romeo
Yeah,
Echo
click approach. I
843
didn't click
Raleigh Tower.
approach. Thought I did.
Altimeter 30.1610
Catch up. No, I'm alright. I'm good.
Cleared ILS runway 5 left approach.
I can't tell. I can't see for shit. Yeah, I'm high.
Cleared
Definitely
ILS
high.
runway 5 left approach Airbus 843.
Gotta get down. I thought I clicked
Short runway
approach. I
5
didn't.
left Jazz 8837 Heavy.
Alright, we're coming on glide slope here. Using some tricks to slow down here.
121.9er Delta
Why did
2783
this get
Heavy.
unset?
Goodbye.
Just using some tricks to
Raleigh Tower
get down
Express
here.
9er 612 Heavy 9er miles southwest inbound ILS runway 5 right approach. Avion Express 9er 612 Heavy Raleigh Tower.
Yeah, we're on glide slope now.
30.1610 at 8. Cleared ILS runway 5 right approach. Airbus 843, follow the on final. Wind 039er at 8. Cleared to land runway 5 left. Cleared ILS runway 5 right approach Avion Express 9er 612 Heavy. Cleared to land runway 5 left Airbus 843.
Four hundred. 300. 300.
Trim screws me at the end there. It's going to cause a sync rate issue. 'Cause I got the trim all screwed up because the game's not great at trimming.
Avion Express 9er 612 Heavy wind 039er at 8. Caution the landing runway 5 left. Cleared to land runway 5 right.
30. 20.
Cleared to land runway 5 right Avion Express 9er 612 Heavy. Endeavour 5051, turn next taxiway. Airbus 843, go around. Endeavour 5051, contact ground on 130.175.
130.175, Endeavour 5051. Goodbye. Ground Endeavour 5051, request taxi to the gate.
Come to a complete stop.
Endeavour 5051, taxi to gate 84 via taxiway Kilo Foxtrot Mike.
Taxiing to gate 84 via taxiway Kilo Foxtrot Mike Endeavour 5051.
Let's see. I think we're in the back. I can't tell. Let's see if we're in the back here. Used to be an A and W. It might still be there. An A and W root beer place there. There was also what else was in there? The Mexican food stall, and they had rice and beans for crew that was like $3 or $4. It was delicious. All right, APU's up. 2's coming down. Okay, stop that. I think this is us here with the Marshall. All right, engine 2's down. This truck here, what's that truck doing? This us? What's the deal here? I think this is it here. Alright, 2's down. Or 1's down, rather. And here comes the jet bridge. So that jet bridge is awfully far away. Alright, that was a good flight. There we go. Let's get them doors open here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the door is open. Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your personal items and carry-on.
Alright, so that was a good flight. Not too many issues with that. Alright, let's go ahead and shut that off. Alright. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, make sure you like the video. If you're new and you enjoyed it, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.